Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys doing fantastic. Today, down under in Australia, we're having a beautiful day. So I just decided I'm gonna take about maybe 10 to 20 minutes out of my day, putting a few watches in comparison at the table. But more importantly, I do have a topic in mind. It's been on my mind for the last few days. Especially, I sort of changed up my rotation, as you guys know. Out of my Seiko Modern Classic, majority of my collection are diver watches, whether you're looking at pre-Prospex models or the Prospex model. Of course, we have some of the classic diver here just for illustration purposes, so we can know what we're going to talk about. In comparison, we have a King Turtle. This is the second gen Sumo, and this is the proper tuna SBBN 043, the coarse tuna. Now, do I love those divers and those sports massive watches? We're looking at, sizes at least at that maybe about 44 millimeters to 45 to sort of 46. Of course, you have sort of Seiko proper, even larger tunas, looking at 600 meters or 1,000 dive watches that is larger than those dimensions. But from a sports watch perspective, I think they are probably the largest watch in my collection. Do I enjoy them? Absolutely yes. Especially, guys, I'm just telling you guys, this Sumo just surprised me even more day after day. The loom on this Sumo, it is magnificent. It is on par, if not more, than the SBB and tuna. Of course, they both are magnificent. All Seiko Prospex or not, the Lumibrite on them, it is just fantastic. So one of the trademarks, of course, for Seikos, as we know, the turtle is slightly less, but is not bad at all. So I truly love those sports watches. But out of the curiosity, of course, I had them on me, for the last few weeks. So I really haven't had a chance to enjoy my loss. You can feel that smaller and lighter already. Those beautiful Sarbs, you guys know, the common suspect of the daily sports, daily wear, or your dress watch for any occasion, as you probably say, are the Sarbs. We have the two beautiful Sarbs here. The white one actually is something my wife occasionally she wears. So this is on her size of her wrist. I really can't wear that, it's too small for me. But again, a black and a cream dial, very classic, and there's no doubt that those watches really did really well on the secondary market since they've been discontinued, last 5 or 6 years ago. And of course, just for the discussion point of view, I added another People's Champion. This is the XS79, a watch that is being covered really by some of the biggest watch channels on YouTube. And of course, this continued to surprise me in terms of how good it wears. It is really a small watch, but I thought for today's comparison and sort of a philosophical approach of different watches in your collection, this will do a terrific job. So my topic today is there a place for hobbyists like ourselves that we are highly concentrated on Seiko Prospex diver watches, whether you're looking at turtle, sumo, samurai, or tuna, or you're looking at the more modern sort of classic examples of 62 masses, or those SPB models, or the Willards. Can we introduce some of those watches and let them coexist with each other and have a great rotation, regardless what you pick it up throughout your week? And I think there certainly is. I love those Sarbs. They are amazing watches for the money. Especially nowadays, I think in 2023, it's a great time to pick them up. I do see them sometimes pop up between 400 to 450, maybe up to 500, depending on the condition, whether you're getting the whole set on eBay or your Facebook local marketplace. I definitely see a value of those Sarbs with that price range. And of course, this little champ, this is still on Amazon, I think right now for about 100 or 150 bucks. The price has certainly climbed up for this model, of course, because of the supply and demand, since those big watch channels covered this watch off in the last maybe couple years, but they're still available. So I've done a specific reviews on this watch as well, so feel free to go check that out if you want. I would truly appreciate that as well. So my conclusion, certainly they can coexist, and I do enjoy them all together regardless which one that I pick up. depending on the day of the week. And I'm gonna share with you the 3 reasons why, if you haven't had them in your collection yet, or you sort of feeling you're getting tired of buying another Seiko divers or prospects in the coming days or months, you want to change your approach and the philosophy a little bit, maybe save it up or even flip or trade one of your divers for a couple of those little watches. They are fantastic, and really change it up your rotation to make it really dynamic and fun. Okay, the 3 reasons. The reason number 1 that I see a great value with those watches in my rotation is the comfortability. They are extremely comfortable. I mean, there's no shadow of a doubt, Seiko is the king player in terms of design big watches and make it really wearable. I think Tuna, Turtle, Sumo, they are classic examples of showing how Seiko can really adapt their magics into their production. They're making those 44, 45 millimeters watch more wears like a 41 or 42. But when it comes to real comfort, I'm always surprised how comfortable. I love this watch. This is on my wrist today. Absolutely love this green recraft. I cannot have enough of it. I often put it on during the day simply because it doesn't have any lume, but it always gives me a massive sense of smile when I have it on. So back to the comfortability of those Sharps, it is amazing. I mean, you're looking at from a dimension perspective, changing from the 44-ish down to about 38. So this is more than 10% deduction on the pure dimension of it. But because it's got a lot thinner, I think this is about 12.5 on the 13 millimeter thickness. The comfortability is just amazing. Of course, this one, I think from a comfortability standpoint, is even enhanced more by this Uncle Seiko. This is the Jubilee style bracelet with the Philly end link. It's such an amazing piece. It is such an amazing piece on your wrist. It really gives your wrist a bit of a break if you're having a diver sort of intensified collection. Every time when you pick it up, you just feel this sense of joy. It's really light, and again, because that comfort level of how easy it wears, it can really go with you to anywhere. And because how durable, how reliable those movements of the 6R and 100 meter of water resistance, it can really take you to swimming. You can conquer 99% of the talks you threw at that watch, and this is even smaller. I think this is 36 or 37. The SNXX 79, and it wears so beautifully. Look at that anthracite dial. I absolutely love those watches, and the same can be said about this creamed Sharp 035. They are just fantastic when it comes to comfort. Okay, so if you're getting tired, physically tired or emotionally tired about your divers of the modern classic Seikos, why not grab them? So that's a great point I want to make. First one, comfort. Secondly, I will actually talk about the utility of those watches. Now, if you are sort of still in your educational period of your days, whether you're in uni or you're doing a apprentice job, or sort of in their first or second job, you probably start, wearing a suit or shirt all the time. It is great to have those sports watches. They are very, they've got great characters, and depends on what your type of, how your body's built, how tall you are, how sort of, you know what I mean, right? In terms of masculinity for male. But in the same time, you're not losing any of those strengths at all when it comes to a classic SAR pieces like this. I think you're really enjoying them in an office environment, or anytime when you put on a nice sweater, you put on a nice shirt, you need to attend an event. I think they will look, inevitably more dressy than a comparable Seiko Ting Turtle. For example, here you can see the significant differences between sizes. They're both good-looking watches, but there's something can be really said about those Sharps, and I think we can benefit from. So from utility standpoint, if you're working in an office environment, or you often find your divers, your turtles, your sumos, you can't really cover those watches with your, it's not going to slide into your shirt with a cufflink. Maybe give those Sharps a go. They still obtain some of the quintessential Seiko magics in terms of its dials, its designs, its indices, its handsets very elegantly. So still remind you how sharp, really, look at that hands. The Sarb 035 is amazing doll, and the cream doll, it is just so lovely. There's really nothing like it in a similar price range. So from a utility standpoint, they are a great value. You take them to office, and you know what? If you need to go to gym afterwards, or somehow on the weekend you need to heat the pool, you need to go in the water, they're fine. Those two watches are 100-meter resistance. This one I think is 50 or 30-meter resistance. So probably not ready for any water sports, but again, in terms of day-to-day uses, you will stand any water splash and things as such. Okay, so the one point I talk about is comfort. The second one is utility. The third one that I want to talk about is really creates another layer of dynamic in your collection. I often find myself doing a couple days travel for work or for whatever things that I do in life. I need to carry a couple watches with me because I often find one watch, if I just carry one watch, I really can't swap it up. For example, after that day, I need to go to the restaurants, I need to do any other task in the evening. I just want to have something else on my wrist so I can get through my day knowing I'm always wearing something that I'm proud of. A dress watch and daily wear such as a Sarb and a dive watch, if you have them together at your travel companion, if you carry them all the time, they are just such a lovely combo. You see, one watch gives you a lot of power. You do find it provides a lot of authority in its own area when it comes to a sports, big, muscular diver's watch. This is Diver 200, of course. But the moment you put another nice dress watch, whether in the similar colorway or you're looking at a different colorway, for example, this one will be the green and cream. Look how harmony, how balanced sort of this photo creates. So when you're looking at your selection in the morning, you've got two watches to choose from depending on your day and your mood. It just gives you great sense of joy. Even though we're looking at the both end of the price spectrum, this is the most expensive one watch here right here. You're looking at brand new, maybe about $1,200 or $1,000 each on the secondary. And you look at this watch, cost only 1/10 of the price, about $100. They still provide so much punch. Even though they're sitting on the on the extreme end of the spectrum, and it's a really lovely combo that I'm proud to carry those two watches if I need to go to a work travel or whatever. I need to be out of town for a couple of days. They are fantastic. I'll just give you another example. The King Turtle, maybe we'll get a King Turtle and the traditional Sarb 033, one green, one black. You see how they're really nice looking when they place against each other. It's sort of, if you only have one watch, out of your day that you can choose, or a small collection, the moment you're adding another one, it just creates that, it's sort of helping each other's out to not accentuate on themselves, but really to make the other one even more powerful when it comes to how he punches above his weight. So it's really amazing. If you have those watches in your collection, they are, how to say this? They accompany each other. They're not trying to take its thunder away from the other watch. They create great sense of harmony in the same collection. Okay, guys. So that's really wrap it up what I want to talk about, the reason why I think those Sarbs and this little Seiko 5, the SNXX79, can create a great collection. Or if you're struggling, you're getting tired of a Seiko divers and you don't know what else to buy, you don't want to buy a new Presage, you don't have the amount of budget to spend another $1,000, also called or King version of the Turtle or Samurai, save you $400 to $500. Get one of the Sarb or get $100 of the Seiko 5 Champ. You will not be let down, and it's gonna make your collection more fun and more dynamic in the long run. Okay, guys, so those out of my collection, I think they create a great sense of joy, and hope you've enjoyed the video as well. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you to all my viewers and subscribers. You means the whole world to me, and wish you have a great time. No doubt I'll speak to you guys very soon again. Bye bye.